Grace, and you might know a version of Amazing Grace, and I might know a version. We would all sing together, and we wouldn't necessarily end at the same time or change at the same time or have the same words or whatnot, and it was kind of chaotic for a church service. And of course, you're supposed to come to church to enjoy sort of unity and being together, and so Sacred Heart music was created, and singing schools were started to teach people to sing in 4-part harmony using little shaped notes on the staff. And it's a very rousing way of singing. You get together on a Saturday at something called a sing now to do this kind of singing, and you sit in a square, and one person is in the center, and they call the number of the song that they'd like to do from the Sacred Heart. And everybody starts up in 4-part harmony at the top of their lungs. And you get there pretty early, about 10 o'clock. And I always say this is, such a sort of, whenever I am witnessing or participating in Sacred Heart, I just feel all the hairs on my whole body going up, even the head ones, which are kind of hurting, and it's painful. And so I say this is why they always have the covered lunch at the middle of the day, so your hairs can all rest and you can get back to, zero. And then you go back in and you sing some more, and then the drive home you can get your hairs to go back down. Anyhow, we picked one particular Sacred Heart to bring and share with people as we travel. We had some friends who made a documentary film about Sacred Heart music, particularly in Georgia and Alabama, and that's how we got introduced to it. And we have the documentary with us if you're